I also have something here that I was hoping I would have time to mention, and this is good news. An American Christian pastor who has been detained in Turkey for 21 months has now been released, according to Reuters. It says Andrew Brunson left a Turkey prison on Wednesday, a couple of days ago, and will reportedly be transferred to house arrest here. Many are crediting President Donald Trump with his release from prison, as the president has publicly, for the pastor, tried to get him freed from detention. It says he will be required to wear an electronic monitor on his ankle and cannot leave the country, but he is no longer stuck in a detention facility in Turkey. And Turkey allowing Brunson to leave detention is considered by many to be a concession, an attempt to quell tensions with America. Well, let's hope so. And also, they are home. I believe they are here, and that is the fallen Americans from North Korea, the heroes that, the bodies of the heroes that were left behind there that they would not let America have. And they are home now, home to rest. We have covered so much this week, and it's always so crazy. Whether you're a Republican or whether you're a Democrat, it is just absolutely crazy what we're seeing happening. And President Donald Trump was in Missouri and Illinois. He was in the Midwest here this week. And he was bragging, and you know, he has some bragging rights about what he has done with jobs for everyone. Unemployment is up. Now, of course, we have said before, and I will not cut it any shorter now, they manipulate those numbers. But things are getting better. And of course, the stock market is, you know, responding to all the positive things. It's just a guess. You know, but, you know, when we have Melody on, she talks about someday you have to have the reckoning. A great adjustment for this debt that we are in. And although President Trump has done many things, and jobs have been a reflection of that, he has had trouble accomplishing other things, and one of which is to even put his administration in place. Well, Newt Gingrich was speaking with Tucker Carlson this week, last night actually, and he tells Tucker that he thinks Republicans refuse to stop the Democrats on immigration in particular because they lose their nerve. Well, I think he knows better than that. Newt Gingrich knows better than that that's the reason. There may be some of them that just don't have guts enough to stand up. But the truth is, dollars, not votes, seem to drive these elected officials, whether they are Democrats or Republicans. Now, the Democrats and the Republicans, they both want votes. But they have to answer to the dollars, whether it's the Koch brothers, the Chamber of Commerce, or whoever it is that's lobbying. Big business, corporations that want cheap labor with the illegals coming across the border. It says the more people they can bring in who don't know American history and don't understand the Constitution, are not a part of our traditional values, the better off their chances are. And I think that's why every single Democrat senator co-sponsored Senator Feinstein's open border bill, which will literally have opened the border to virtually everybody in the world to come to America. I heard a lot of interesting interviews on this in this last week. You know, we want others. We don't want to have closed doors, but we cannot have open borders. And we do need to vet the people that come in here. And that's just the truth. If a stranger came into your house and he had children, you're going to say, well, that's okay, I'll take care of your kids and kick yours out? No, of course you're not. And that's maybe a simple illustration, but it's real. We need to stop and think about, use the common sense. You can fake knowledge with all kinds of facts in your head, but you can't fake common sense. And it's time that Americans practice some common sense. Stop and think about what's going to happen if you make this decision or that decision. Because that's the only way. And then, of course, like Neil says, we've got to put God first. And that is truly the only way we're going to bring America home.